And this is from earlier this week. That is the iPad mini launch, the big launch, the iPad mini. Apple is, I mean, they've really revamped almost their entire product line. So a lot of new products out there. Look, I'm not going to kid you. They earned about $8 billion in the last quarter. That's not a bad number, but it wasn't what the street wanted. But the street's giving them a pass, possibly because of some of those products. Dan Gallagher is with us from Market Watch. Dan, Apple shares are up today after they missed earnings. What gives?
Well, you said it right. They're getting a pass largely from analysts. You know, going into the earnings, there was a lot of, I would call it confusion over where analyst targets were going for the quarter. You know, because we had the iPhone 5 that launched in the last week of the quarter. There was a lot of expectations for an iPad mini, so there was, you know, some thought that iPad sales would drop ahead of that. So there was a lot, there wasn't a clear picture. And I think what one analyst wrote this morning said, we consider September quarter and even the December guide kind of irrelevant. It's all about what they actually do in December, because Apple always guides very conservatively. So, you know, that seems to be where a lot of the commentary so far is going this morning.
Yeah, you know, let's talk for a second about all the products they've launched. Obviously, a bunch of products, new products. It will have an effect on margins you were talking about, I believe, also. And the larger question is, as always with this company, with any company, okay, well, you did all this, what next?
For sure. Well, you know, onto their products, they pretty much revamped their entire line just in the last 6 weeks. And not just small updates of putting in new chips within them. You know, the iPad, the iPhone, the iMac, the iPod all got major physical redesigns. So when you start manufacturing a new design of a product, the costs are always higher than, you know, and then as you go on, the manufacturing costs tend to drop. So because they're going to be manufacturing so many new designs in this quarter, their margin outlook for the quarter was kind of low, and they said that was the reason, that they're at the height of their cost curve in manufacturing. So, you know, I think people will be watching to see if that picture improves. Everybody expects it will. Apple has usually done very well with that, you know, but that is a weight on profitability.
Dan, does Apple have a problem with the competition? I'm putting it out
yes
there,
and
I'm
no.
asking it.
No, yes and no. I think they've continued to sell really well, especially in tablets. They still have 2/3 of the tablet market, even though, you know, Amazon, Google, all these companies have really come into that hard. The iPhone is still a big seller, but, you know, mobile computing is so important right now. This is where the entire computing market's going, that there's a lot of big companies that simply aren't content to let Apple rule that. And so there's a lot of competitors now, and there's going to be more coming up.